Hello and welcome to another video with me, Elmo J. Karjalainen, and it's good to have you along. Today I'm taking a look at the Black Spirit 200 by Hughes and Kettner. This one is the floor model, which I have over here, and I'll be right back after this intro. Okay, so the Hughes and Kettner Black Spirit 200 floor version. This thing cost me just under 900 euros, which would be roughly $1,000, I guess. It has a ton of features. This is going to be just me trying out a few sounds from it. It's just way too much to delve into in a single video, so I'll just kind of review how it sounds, because even though it might have everything under the sun, well, not everything, it's not a fractal audio Axe-Fx, but even though it might have a ton of features, a ton of feature is a meaningless thing if it doesn't have the sound to back all that up. Now, it's a fully analog amp with MIDI programming capabilities, digital world meeting the analog world. It has line in, 2 loops, it has Bluetooth, you can hook it up to an app, it has an emulated line out, it has delay, it has reverb, modulation effects, it has 4 different channels. You can set the sag of the power amp so that it mimics a tube amp in different ways, so it's not a tube amp. All kinds of stuff, and but I'll just go through the basic stuff. I'll use a bit of delay in it, and I'll start with the clean sound. The actual layout is fairly intuitive. I didn't have to read the manual to figure out how to use this thing, which is a great thing. It has a 3-band EQ plus a presence control and a resonance control. I have everything set to halfway at the moment except presence, which I have just under halfway. It has a volume, and all of these are programmable apart from the master. I have gain slightly under halfway and volume. Yeah, volume is halfway, and this is a clean sound. And let's start out by checking out the sag function. It has 8 different sag modes, and I'm in mode 1, which should be the least amount of sag, which means the least amount of power amp breakup, so it should be very clean. Okay, so that's the sag button in position 1. I'll just go to the other extreme to see how big of a difference there is, because it gets dirtier the higher you go. Okay, so far I think it sounds very nice, but this is the clean side. That's the side that's usually the best in solid state stuff. The problems occur when you go into overdriven territory. So let's go over to the crunch channel. It also has a noise gate, which is a great thing. And unlike the Black Star Silver line, it's not hidden away somewhere. It's right there, and you can access it without an app, which is great. So here's crunch channel, sag back to the first position, so it should be fairly clean. Okay, let's see what the sag button does in this mode. I have to say, I think it sounds very nice, but there's something that feels a bit weird. I'm not sure what it is, but I think it sounds promising so far. I'll put sag somewhere halfway and see what it thinks of an overdrive pedal. So I have a Strymon Sunset here, which I have set so that I have one side kind of mild gain and the other side full blast. Oh yeah, and in case you're wondering what this guitar is, it's a custom mahogany Strat with Seymour Duncan YJ and Fury pickups. Those are stacked humbuckers. Yeah, let's see what this sounds like with the pedal. So I've set sag at 4. I think it still sounds okay, or good, not very good, good, but it feels somehow slightly off. I don't know what it is actually. I mean, the crunch sounds good. But the way it interacts with the pedal is weird, especially on the higher gain setting on the Sunset. I'll try dropping level on the pedal. So I dropped that halfway. The delay you're hearing is from the Black Spirit, but it still sounds strange. Okay, but maybe you don't need to use a pedal with this because it has everything kind of built in. So let's see what the lead channel sounds like. Actually, let's just see how much gain the crunch channel does. So now I've gain on full. Okay, let's see what the lead channel sounds like. So gain now halfway. Okay, let's see how much this cleans up if I drop gain to, let's say, 9 o'clock. And let's try an overdrive pedal. That was the mild gain setting on the Sunset. And it doesn't handle it very well, I think, so I'll just drop the pedal entirely and see how much gain you get out of this if you put it on to 3 o'clock. Gain all the way up and sag. Let's put that on full as well. Okay, let's try the ultra channel. Gain halfway. Blimey! See if I can do something with the EQ. Okay, so when I change the kind of the mode from crunch to lead to ultra and so on, it seems it doesn't remember the EQ, so you have to kind of reset that every time, which makes sense because it has two functions for each of the knobs. So you set where you set middle, you also select delay feedback. So this is now with everything at noon-ish EQ-wise. it sounds like a high gain amp, which is not my cup of tea. This might have been my favorite sound. Okay, so first impressions. Now, I don't want to be too harsh, because tweaking could get it to sound better. There might be something that I'm overlooking here, but I'm an old school type of guy. I mean, I have a Marshall Plexi, and that's pretty much, you set it anyway and it sounds great. I like old tube gear, valve gear, but I like a Fractal Audio Axe FX as well, and that doesn't take an enormous amount of tweaking either. I mean, it works pretty much like an amp, but there's something off about this. Sound-wise, it doesn't do anything for me at the moment. Given time, it might, but the more gain I put, the more gain I have from the Black Spirit, the less I like it, and it doesn't like the pedal too much, which means it doesn't really have a place on my pedalboard or among my gear. There's something fishy about the sound. The cleans were good. The crunch by itself was okay. The lead channel with not too much gain was quite good. But still, you can get a Blue Guitar Amp 1 for less than this. Granted, it doesn't have delay or any of the effects in this. It has reverb, but it sounds so much better. Even just the basic regular first version of the Amp 1. I liked the sound of that. The bottom end was not tight enough for me, but I liked the general sound of it, and it handled the pedal really nicely. Whereas this, there's something off. It might be for you, and you might have liked the sounds that I got out of it, and that's all good, but not for me. And I didn't go through all the features because, like I said, that would have been way too long of a video. But I might do a second video on this, I'm not sure. I might compare it to something else, I'm not sure. Let me know what you want me to compare it to, if that's the case. So that's basically all I have for you. I hope you liked the video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, give it a thumbs down if you didn't. Comment, let me know what you thought, and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell notification thing and support me on Patreon, because you get a bunch of exclusive music that's not been released anywhere else, and so on. And if you want free music, you can check out my website. The link's in the description. I'll end by playing a bit on the crunch channel of the Black Spirit 200. It's a 200 watts amp. I was running it in the 20 watt mode, and it goes down to 2 watts as well. So actually I set it to 2 watts and see what if I kind of get more breakup, power amp breakup from this thing. So the crunch channel, gain halfway. Do you know what? Actually, this time it did handle the pedal a bit better than previously. I don't know why that is. Weird. But it started sounding a bit better. Still not brilliant, but better. So that's all I have for you. Take care. See you. Bye.